I just want to rant about how insane it is that most parents are worried more for the most insignificant things for their children, and they don't think about their eternal souls every day. I was just having these thoughts, just like how parents are more concerned about dentist appointments, making sure their kids brush their teeth twice a day, making sure they get a bath, get their hair done, get their homework done, than they are, sitting down with them and teaching them God's heart, and even sitting down with them and just taking time for them to get to know their heart. It's just insane to me, because children are a gift, and it's the parents' responsibility to constantly be speaking about the things that God is teaching the parents on how to live a sanctified, holy life, and how to love others with His love, and I just don't see that in this world, and for the most part, you just don't see that. I do see parents, having such an emphasis on education, just things that aren't necessarily as important, or not even near as important, as caring for their souls, their eternal souls. Because you guys, when we die, you're a soul, I'm a soul. This body is temporary, it's going to just die. But our soul is who we are, and it lives on forever. And it's insane to be so focused on worldly things and what's going on right now, in your life, to where you're not thinking about heavenly things like God says to, that it's wise to think about heavenly things, because what's important is how you're living your life, whether or not you're in God's will, and whether or not you're laying your life down as a servant for Jesus and really being there for your children and filling that role as a parent that He has placed you to fill. And you have to seek God for this understanding, but it's just insane, because a soul lives forever, and it's either going to live with God in peace with God, or it's going to live in eternal torment with the sins that they did in this life in hell. Their sins are going to play out in their spirit. They become hell, basically. A soul becomes hell. So, if you're not taking the time to really water the seed that God has placed within your children, because small children, they soak up everything, you guys. They are more willing to listen and to trust, right? The parents, because as they get older, the world teaches them not to trust their parents, and to, the devil throws so many snares and distractions in people's ways, and all the more difficult for children to navigate when they don't have, teenagers and such, when they don't have parents who are even seeking God, because it's even hard for God's people, in a sense, to remain sober-minded and focused, because distractions can take people away and out of the will of God, so you have to remain sober-minded. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about this. Your children are so important to God. They're a gift to God, and how you parent them, He is going to judge, and He judges every motive. And of course, parents make mistakes, but are you admitting these faults in front of your children? Are you confessing your sins to them? Are you seeking to grow in the will of God daily and become the parent that they need, and really care about their eternal souls? Don't you want your children to walk in the ways of God, because it pleases God? It pleases the heart that loves God for their children to walk in truth. Don't you want your children to be equipped with the things that they need to learn how to fight against the devil, and to fight against temptation, and to really walk in the battle? You should be training them up in the ways of the Lord now. Anyways, I just wanted to encourage you to seek Jesus about your children. It doesn't even matter what age, you guys, but the war is different for each situation, each family. I understand that, but it's not too late for you to get into the battle for your children, for your souls, for their souls, and really ask God how to fight the battle, for your children's souls daily, and how you can encourage them and edify them, and even correct them in the ways of the Lord. Okay, I'll be making more videos. God bless.